Welcome to the Animation Guild's new member orientation. This presentation was designed to introduce members to the existence, options, and caveats of the health and pension plans in order to make informed decisions in their daily lives. This recording was made in December of 2011, and all information is accurate as of that date. We will update this presentation as the plans evolve. To begin, the how, who, and why of these plans. How do you begin and remain in the plans? Who is eligible to participate? Why you are able to participate? And most important, what do the plans offer? We finished by going over all the different parts of the pension plan. We discussed the two automatic plans as well as the Animation Guild's 401k plan, which is optional to members. Currently, members do not see payroll deductions for participation in the motion picture industry pension and health plans, or MPI-PHP. Per the agreements that exist between the Animation Guild and its signatory studios, each studio contributes a set amount of money for every hour worked by our members to the plans. Those contributions are used to fund the participation in the plans. Initial qualification for participation in the health plans is earned by working 600 hours at a union studio. In a 40-hour week, that equates to 15 weeks of work. Once members achieve the qualification hours, their participation can begin in the corresponding eligibility period. Typically, from the day a member starts working at a union studio to the day they start participating in the health plans takes 6 months. Participation in the health plan is checked every 6 months. In order to remain eligible to participate, each member has to complete 400 hours at a union studio in the previous 6-month period. Once the 400 hours that earn eligibility in the next 6-month period is completed, the next 450 hours worked is saved in a bank of hours. The bank of hours is used to continue participation in the health plan once a member leaves a union studio and no longer has enough accrued hours to continue. The banked hours will extend participation for one 6-month period. Typically, Guild members find themselves participating in the MPI health plans for up to 14 months after leaving a long-term union job. Upon leaving your union job, be sure to call us at the Guild and MPI to determine how long you will be able to remain covered under the health plans. It is important to note that U.S. mail is the only way the plan communicates with its participants. It is therefore extremely important for all participants to keep the plan informed of their current mailing address. In order to use the hours accumulated in the bank, the member will have to respond to a letter sent by MPI. If the member fails to respond, the hours in the bank will be lost, and the member will no longer have coverage from the health plan. The health plan covers the member's spouse or domestic partner and dependent children with some caveats. Guild members' spouses or domestic partners are covered under the health plan as long as the spouse or domestic partner is not employed, the spouse or domestic partner is employed and their employer does not offer health coverage, or if the member's spouse or domestic partner is employed and their employer offers health coverage, they are forced to take the minimum coverage offered by their employer. This is an important cost-saving measure and will be checked by the plan at the time of initial eligibility. All dependent children are covered by the health plan up to the age of 19, or 23 if they are a full-time student. From then, they will continue to have medical and prescription drug coverage up to the age of 26 due to the Healthcare Reform Act. Once members get close to achieving their 600 hours of initial qualification, the plan sends the health plan description booklet and enrollment documents by U.S. mail. The booklet describes in detail the rules and options of all facets of the health plan. We encourage members to review this booklet before making choices and participating in the plan. If you have not received or lost your copy of the book, it is available at the link shown on this slide. Front cover pocket of the booklet contains supplements to the plan's rules and regulations. The book was printed in 2007, and the plan has made changes that are only printed in those supplements. It is important to review the supplements after reading the book. Also in the front pocket are the enrollment documents. This includes the benefit selection form, coordination of benefits forms, and instructions on how to fill them out. Be sure to review the book, fill out the documents per the instructions, and return them to the plan as quickly as possible. The next few slides will review the following facets of the health plan: the medical plan options, the dental plan options, the VSP vision plan, and the Medco prescription drug plan. The MPI medical plans offer the choice between a PPO and 2 HMO plans. Many people are unaware of the difference between an HMO or a PPO, so we highlight them here. A health maintenance organization, or HMO, is a health insurance option that provides participants a closed network of health options that are chosen for them by the HMO's physicians. Typically, a participant will register with the HMO and choose a primary care physician. That physician will be the first point of contact for all medical needs. When a healthcare need arises, the participant will see the primary care physician first, who will refer them inside the HMO network to specialists as needed. Health costs are managed inside the network. A preferred provider organization, or PPO, is a health insurance option that allows participants to see physicians of their choice. Costs are managed by encouraging participants to see physicians that are assigned to the PPO network, but arrangements are made for partial payment to out-of-network physicians as well. This coverage carries a higher cost to the participant than with the HMOs, with out-of-pocket costs 2 to 3 times higher than HMOs for each office visit. Both the PPO and HMOs are available to MPI participants without premium payments. Both options are provided, as some participants prefer one over the other. MPI provides a chart that is available at the link on this slide, as well as in the plan description book starting on page 30, that breaks down the availability and costs associated with specific benefits. This chart is useful when making the medical plan selection for those who have specific needs and want to compare the plan's coverage. The MPI PPO plan is backed by the Blue Shield network. Participants in this plan will only pay $30 per visit to any doctor. The plan covers 90% of contracted costs and passes the remaining 10% down to the participant. There is a $1,000 out-of-pocket limit per year for all costs except the copayments. These costs are all associated with visits to physicians who are in the Blue Shield network. Costs for visiting out-of-network physicians are higher. The biggest advantage to participating in the PPO plan is the use of the Motion Picture Television Fund health centers. The MPTF health centers are run like an HMO inside the PPO. When a participant visits the center, they are seen by a general practitioner who will then refer them to a specialist as needed. Each visit to MPTF health centers costs $5. This includes visits to the physician in the centers, as well as referred visits outside the centers. This is the most cost-effective option to MPI participants. There are 9 health centers in the Southern California area. 8 are listed here, and the last is a mobile health center that visits studio lots on a regular basis. For detailed information on the clinics, visit the link on this slide. The 2 HMOs available to MPI participants are Kaiser Permanente and HealthNet. There is a $15 copay for each visit to a physician. There are few extra costs related with the HMOs, as most are managed from within the network. For a full list of the extra costs, check pages 75 through 89 of the summary plan description book. Dental coverage is provided by Delta Dental. There are 2 options for dental coverage through Delta: the Delta Dental PPO or Delta Care USA HMO. The Delta Dental PPO carries an annual deductible of $25 for individuals and $50 for families. The plan covers 80% of the contracted fees and passes the remaining 20% to the participant. There is an annual $2,000 maximum expense per participant. Orthodontics are covered for eligible dependent children only. The plan covers 50% of the contracted costs with a $1,000 lifetime maximum. Delta Care USA is the dental HMO option. Participants who elect to use the HMO will be assigned the closest dentist by Delta, determined by their home zip code. If participants wish to switch dentists, they will have to work with Delta to do so. All costs are covered by the HMO. There are no out-of-pocket or deductible costs associated with the HMO except for elected orthodontics. Elected orthodontics costs $1,100 for dependent children and $1,500 for adults. There is also a $250 startup fee associated with the beginning of the procedure. Participants are able to switch from either the medical or dental PPO to HMO and vice versa. Participants may choose to move from the HMOs to the PPO at the beginning of any month. Moving from the PPO to the HMOs can only be done in July. To switch, participants must fill out the benefit selection form and return it to MPI. To find the form, look for the link called Medical/Dental Plan Selection at the page linked on this slide. Vision coverage is provided by VSP. The vision plan covers one standard exam per year with a $20 copay for the visit. The plan provides new lenses every year and new frames every 2 years. Frames have a $145 allowance with any extra cost discounted 20% after the allowance. Contact lenses are provided once per year in lieu of frames and lenses. There is a $105 allowance for the lenses and the fitting exam. However, if the lenses are prescribed by a physician, all costs are covered. Prescription drug coverage is provided by Medco. Medco is the largest pharmacy benefit manager in the United States and holds contracts with the pharmacies local to Southern California residents. Prescription drugs will cost $10 for generics and $40 for brand names at the contracted pharmacies. It is always beneficial for participants to ask their physicians when prescribing medication to use the generic brand to save costs. Medco will only allow participants to fill prescriptions at local pharmacies as long as the prescription is for less than 90 days of use. For any prescription drug needs over 90 days, participants must use Medco by mail. To save on costs, participants with ongoing prescription drug needs will use Medco by mail. Participants will register with Medco on their website and submit prescriptions through their account. Medco will contact the physician, confirm the prescription, and send out a 90-day supply after charging the credit card included in the registration. Medco will then refill the prescription after sending reminder emails to the participant. Generic drugs through Medco by mail cost $25 for a 3-month supply. Brand name drugs cost $100 for a 3-month supply. IATSE members automatically participate in 2 pension plans funded entirely by contributions made by their employer. These 2 plans are the Defined Benefit Plan and the Individual Account Plan. Guild members have a third option available to them with the Animation Guild's 401k plan. This plan is wholly funded by member payroll contributions and is completely optional and offers an avenue for retirement savings that the member has a greater hand in directing. The Defined Benefit Plan is an annuity plan that pays retired members a monthly sum based on the number of hours and qualified pension years worked under union contracts. This plan takes 5 pension years to be vested, a pension year being at least 400 hours worked in a calendar year under a union contract. The plan is funded at $1.26.5 per hour worked. Current estimates for a member working 21 years is a monthly check totaling $1,700. The individual account plan acts like a 401k in that when a member retires, this plan provides them a lump sum of money that equals the contributions made plus income earned through investments. This plan is funded at 30.4 cents per hour worked plus 6% of the scale minimum wage for the member's job classification. Typically, this equals approximately $100 per week of contributions. Both plans are managed by the Motion Picture Industry Pension and Health Plan Board of Directors and contracted investment managers. The plan's approximately $6 billion in assets are invested with 60% placed in bond and fixed return instruments and 40% placed in stocks, real estate, and alternative investments. Members receive annual pension statements that break down contributions and dividend earnings over the past year. Normal retirement age is 65. There are earlier retirement options for participants with at least 20 pension years and 20,000 hours in the plan. The Animation Guild's 401k plan is open to members who have worked 90 days under a guild contract. This is a no-match plan where participating members can contribute between 2 and 40% of their gross earnings per paycheck up to the federal maximum of $16,500 per year. The plan is administered by MassMutual. There are a variety of funds available to participants that range from equity and index funds, international funds, as well as the PIMCO Total Return Bond Fund. There is also a selection of the Vanguard Target Retirement Funds that contain stock and bond funds. These funds become more conservative with higher bond allocations as participants near retirement age. Retirement withdrawals without tax penalties start at age 59 and a half. To begin participating in the TAG 401k, visit the link shown on this slide. It will take you to the webpage on the Guild's site dedicated to the 401k plan. There, you will find links to the enrollment booklet as well as the separate forms. Download and fill out the enrollment booklet and beneficiary forms as described. Fax them back to Marta Stroll Rowand at the number shown on the slide. If you have any questions or concerns regarding this material or any union matter, feel free to contact us at the telephone number, postal address, or email addresses listed on this slide. This presentation will be made available for download on the Guild's website for your records and review. Thank you for watching.